Welcome back.
Let's just throw a disclaimer in there.
Right.
We don't want you to,
Oh, a bug.
I don't know.
Put
This
your
is
entire
a-
fist in your mouth. Don't do that.
So I didn't realize, because we had set this up like a week ago, like before you left.
Mhm.
And you were like, what days do you want to record? And then you just texted, like we didn't specify a day to record. And then
No.
you just texted me and you were like, hey, are we doing the pod? And I was like, oh shit.
So this is my bad.
Like
actually.
I thought I didn't think that
Right. So here's my.
I wasn't aware that we had settled.
So here's my.
So I was like, oh, I missed something.
Here's my misunderstanding there.
Yeah.
When I said, "What day next week do you want to record?" and you said Thursday or Friday,
Yeah.
I thought you said Thursday and Friday, since like I
Like
wasn't
we were
gonna
doing a
be
double
there.
feature
Well,
or
I don't know,
something.
because I didn't originally know that you were going to record with Zach. So now there was an episode for last week.
Well, that was supposed to be a surprise, but he spoiled it.
Right. Well,
Fuck that guy.
I think he's pretty cool.
I was just no,
He
but
and I are homeowners now.
I just
Home
wanted
renters,
to.
actually, I guess, but
You're not homeowners.
we're home renters. And
No,
that's the
That's
same
not
thing.
good. That's bad.
It's the same thing. Accruing interest.
It's only slightly better than being a homeowner and paying an HOA fee.
I actually think that it's probably still worse
Okay.
because there's nothing really tangible that like I have.
Yeah, we don't own things.
Yeah, I don't own anything.
We're communists, kind of.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
This is a chill episode.
this is a chill episode.
This is the battle of
We're in the park,
the chill ass vibers.
which not that we're not normally in the park, because I feel like we've been in the park twice now. Even though I already previously
We've
stated
been in
this is what we're trying to prevent here at
quite a
Waste
few
Management.
parks. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, which I still don't know what you meant by that.
I
by
think
the
like
way,
I was trying to make a bit about how like they literally turn like awesome like areas of land just into like landfills
into like parking lots.
because right, exactly. It's
Yeah.
like the joke of like the Amazon rainforest, and you're like, wow, a parking lot would look so
Dude.
good here, like so good.
That's one of my favorite bits.
It's a really good
Easily.
bit.
Speaking of parking lots, just behind the camera,
Parking lot.
some shit going on, some shit going down. There's like 4 cars out there?
Yeah, which I support because there's probably maybe some waste under there as well.
Like this is one of those.
So I think that's
This
what I
is
was.
this is the Love Canal.
That's what
but
I was
in Ohio.
Ooh, I really hope not.
Well, that's what you're alluding to, is it not?
So I mean, having waste under the ground is not the same as having like nuclear waste under the ground.
Well, what did you mean by waste then?
Just like garbage,
Like
you know.
dinosaur bone? What do you
No,
mean
like-
garbage?
Like
Like
you
there's
know.
a soda can under the blacktop? Like what are
soda
you
can
talking
and
about?
like a can of nuclear waste are two very different things.
Okay, but you said waste. You don't normally say waste when
Okay,
you're
sorry.
talking about a newspaper that you just finished
Garbage.
reading.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Landfills. We manage in that waste. So is that what we do at this podcast? We handle like nuclear waste?
Yes, because
Tight.
the things we talk about on this podcast are nuclear.
They go nuclear.
They go hard in the motherfucking paint. And
Right.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'll say
Because
it.
you would, and you have been, and you always will.
And that's right.
And that's one of the things that I love and respect about you.
And that's why I'm a chill ass viber.
Right.
Okay. I'm one of the vibers of all time.
Of all time. The vote, one might say.
I don't know
I'd
what
vote
that
for you.
means, but okay. So
I
I
would-
mean, do you think I could run for president?
Dude, not to get political, but like I do not want anyone who has stepped up and been like, I'm going to run for president so far.
To run
be
for
the president.
Yeah.
Like, there's not one person that I'm like, there's not even someone that I'm like, yeah, I'd be all right if it was you. Like, not my fave.
Not
but
even Abraham Lincoln? Wow.
He's so mega dead. Like, so dead.
But he was president,
He was
so, like,
pretty-
what's up
he
with
was-
that?
He was pretty all right.
right? Is Abe, Honest Abe, is he a chill ass viber?
I think if he was alive today and was educated on current issues, that he'd probably be a chill-ass viber.
He smokes a ton of weed.
He would. Right?
Out in Kentucky.
He would, though, you know?
Or was he in Kentucky? Is that where he's from? I read like an autobiography of Abraham
I thought you were
Lincoln.
going to say I read an audiobook, and I was like, that's not what that means.
No. Well, okay, that's an interesting question. Do you read, like, is listening to an audiobook, does that count as reading the book?
No.
Why not?
I think if you read if you are looking at the text and someone is reading it too, like, I think it counts as having, like, in conversation, I think that I would say, like, if I had listened to an audiobook
Yeah.
and I remembered enough of it,
Then
someone
you've
was
read
like-
the book.
Right, then you've read the book.
Yeah.
But, like, the action of, like, looking, like, if I'm not looking at the pages.
Okay, yeah, you haven't literally read the
right,
book.
That's what I mean.
But the first example is what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
then yeah, I would say that you've read it.
Yeah, like in conversation, you could mention things about the book.
Yeah, like, I've read the Bible.
Yeah, okay, well, don't say that in front of me, okay? Because I've read the Bible.
Yeah, no, and I mean that I have listened to.
You've not listened to the Bible.
I have not. I haven't
I
read
guess
it either.
Anyone that's been to Mass and suffered all the way through it has
Well, I've read some
heard
of
the Bible.
Right, yeah. But like I haven't heard or I haven't listened to or read from like cover to cover.
I bet you can't even name 5 of his books.
Oh,
The Bible.
first of all, the Bible is
I
like
guess
a
it's
collection.
like God's books, right?
Yeah, name one. Oh, you're a big God fan?
You're a
name
big-
one of his other books.
That's right.
Name one.
You can't. I'm
Right.
still waiting on Bible 2.
You know,
Shit's been in development longer
God
than
is kind of
Cyberpunk.
like fun in that way, like the band fun. Remember when they dropped like tonight, we are
Yeah.
we are young, and then they just dipped. They had one banger and they
They
stopped.
did do
God's
that.
the same way.
Or like that band who made Black Betty Ram Around.
Right.
They have that song and nothing else.
Right.
That's their only song. What's the name of them? I can't.
I don't
even-
know.
I don't know.
It's like Pharrell Williams with Happy.
It's not like Pharrell. Pharrell is an established producer.
He's so awesome, actually.
He's got the 4 count.
I really liked the bit though of us like playing Tears of the Kingdom and then like listening to Happy by Pharrell while fighting Ganondorf. I don't know why at the time I thought that was really funny.
That is funny. Did you watch the episode with Zach and I?
I did. Not all of it. But I
Oh,
watched,
okay.
like,
So
the first
no,
half an hour.
then.
Okay.
You didn't
sorry.
read the audiobook, dude.
I didn't read. So that's another argument. Have you read some of the book? Have you listened halfway through?
You've read some of it.
Right, okay.
It depends.
So
on,
I
there's
read
like
some of the
percentages, right?
I read about 45 to 50% of the podcast.
I think if you've read the podcast, can we get this podcast printed in book form? Anyone out there with a book
Text to
license
speech.
or however
You mean
you
like
do
the
that?
whole, like this episode or like the whole damn thing?
I mean, the whole damn thing. I would pay someone to do that
We could just do that.
because that would be. Well, we're not.
I
We don't have that kind of time.
We don't, but like we might one day, maybe.
I guess we could probably just like audio, like feed it to one of those
we could just
things.
text to speech it.
Yeah,
I think it'd be funnier if we
it's-
did it that
it's
way too.
speech to text though, because
Right,
we're
sorry.
making it into a
My
book.
bad. Like closed captions, YouTube type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in book, and then you got to print it in hard. There's hardcover, and then there's soft cover.
Right.
And
And
when
then
we
gotta
fit,
print it
when
like the manga edition where it's read like from right to left. instead.
and it's all in Japanese.
No, it's still in English.
Okay.
And then we have one where it's also manga in Japanese.
Or we could put it in like Mongolian.
Right.
It's in the hieroglyphs
It's in Hyrule.
of ancient Egypt. It's in the, you know how like the when you place a marker in Tataka, and it has like the beam and there's like those glyphs on the beams.
Yeah.
We put it in that speech.
Yeah, like the Sheikah speak or whatever.
Chica
Sheikah speak.
No, I think
Dude.
it's called like something like Hyrulean or something. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I was gonna bring something up and then I forgot. Oh right. So I don't know if anyone knows this, but June 28th was a very special day for a lot of us in the community.
Why are you bringing this up now?
Now? Do you know what it is?
No, but we're so far away from June 28th.
It just happened.
It didn't just happen.
Okay, well,
It was like a lifetime ago.
it happened since
What
the
day
last-
was that?
it was last Wednesday, maybe
I don't know. Time escapes
Wednesday or
me.
Thursday.
Okay, well, what happened on June 28th?
So a demo released. For a
You wanna fucking hell, man.
For
We
a certain
can't.
game-
We can't wait till the game comes out.
Okay, we won't talk about
We
it.
gotta get your communist fucking scam
It was really good.
agenda.
It was really cute.
All right,
Like it was really good. That first
I'm
section,
happy for you.
Pikmin 4, guys. Demo
The demo.
released.
Isn't it like 2 hours long
It's
or
not.
something?
I wouldn't even say it's that long. I think I finished the whole thing in like an hour and a half.
Okay, so that's like in the ballpark though.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
You didn't have to say
Sorry.
no. You're wrong. That's
You're right. I apologize. I was just kind of being a little bit of a contrarian. I was playing a little bit of.
You were being me a little bit.
I was being
and
you
I
a little
appreciate that
Yeah.
because you need a little bit of me in your
I need.
life.
I need
in
a little
you.
bit. I need a little bit of you in me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And I've been saying that.
That's my goat.
That's why you're my road dog.
That's there
that
it
was a
is.
good dap up.
That was good. I don't know if that picked up on the mics, but that made a good sound.
Probably not. Well, I'm gonna
was
make a short of
satisfying.
that exact scene,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put in like a sound effect, and just it's gonna be awesome.
And you do the, like at the end of Mr. Beast videos, he has that like
Mr.
green screen
Beast.
explosion. You do that.
Yeah, I will.
But like mini, and it's small, and then it cuts.
And it'll be like directed by Michael Bay.
Anything? What is it with Michael Bay and explosions?
Yeah.
How did he get to be that guy?
I feel like he just kind of like did it for. You know what I'm realizing as
Yeah.
I have grown up? A lot of people just like get famous because they like do shit first, like, and that's it. Or like,
Yeah.
like I feel like you can be successful or like run your own business or whatever as long as you can find like your niche. Like I feel like my boss, like he's a landscaper. He's kind of the goat.
Shout out Eric.
Nope.
Okay.
Not his name.
I tried.
Shout out Dave.
All right.
He's
There
the
we
goat.
go. Dave.
But he's like found his niche and he does like high scale landscape and like he only has like, like I guess in
$3
a year,
million.
maybe like 12 different clients. But like
Yeah.
projects take like multiple years.
Yeah, it's a
know,
long
he's
form
doing
thing.
good. So like I think that life is all about finding finding your niche,
And life is also all about how like doctors, they like overprescribe medication to make more money. It's
Right.
about finding that, but
It's
in
about
your
finding that, but
industry
in your
too.
industry. So it's like that's my thing. So like I have a
So for
coworker-
landscaping, it's like we can get you the ultra deluxe landscaping
Plant.
package.
when you
plants.
get ultra deluxe sunflower.
You get a tree and it might grow money. It might.
I
We don't
literally
know.
I will
It's
replant,
untested.
but it might. There's like a 5% chance.
It
I'd
might.
take that. Honestly.
You got to take that chance. If
It's like-
you're
it's
a
like Animal
millionaire and someone comes to you and they say, "Hey, $10,000 for this tree that may or may not grow money," it's a no-brainer.
Well, yeah, if you're a millionaire already.
The money, yeah.
If someone walked up to me right now and
Okay,
said
well,
that,
there's a lot of
I'd say
things that I can't entertain if I'm not a millionaire,
right,
which is
like
how
paying-
this
like
world
paying your
should work.
taxes.
What?
Just kidding, guys.
Good one.
I do not commit tax evasion. But yeah,
But
so
you could
another
one
thing
day.
about like being in the workforce now is just like I feel like sometimes you get paid like totally fairly, and I respect that, and sometimes it's literally just like chance.
Yeah.
Like I love my one coworker does like the same thing that I do, and he's way better at it than I am. I'll totally give him that.
And he's handsome.
So I didn't say. I mean, he's not
Huge cock.
okay.
He's
whoa.
packing.
So I didn't actually.
And he
say
wears
any
the
of that.
skinny jeans, too.
He and his wife like just got married like a year ago, so I have no idea.
Well,
And
I mean,
he's like in his 40s.
marriage is not forever.
It's not. What? I thought you were gonna say for everyone.
No.
So I was loaded up with the. It's not.
It is definitely not for
It's
everyone.
definitely not for everyone.
And it definitely is forever. Or not forever. I've forgotten the plot. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do things for the plot. But yeah, so he makes like literally over double my wage.
Yeah.
But I work like in the office more than he does. I mean, and he does a better job than I do. But like I could do what he does, but like maybe slightly slower. But like not
I mean, yeah.
like 2.5 times slower. You know what I mean?
I could do anyone's job slightly worse than them. And I believe that.
I feel like there are some people's jobs that I could probably even do slightly better than them.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I'm definitely a better maid than any of the maids that I've interacted with.
I'm definitely a better maid than
Which
any
is
cat girl maid
few.
that you've ever seen on the internet.
Okay, that's
like 200%.
bold, I feel like.
Because I feel like none of them are
I don't
real
think
maids.
you know what subreddits I browse.
Yeah?
You know one of my favorite subreddits?
Well, I'm about to find out. I have a feeling.
r/what is this bug?
That's actually so awesome.
Guys, it's literally just someone taking a picture of a bug and being like, "What is this?" I don't know what it is.
That's so awesome.
And then it's the top comment. There's like
Every time.
3,000 upvotes, and it's like, "Oh, that's a fucking, yellow-tailed beetle."
Right, yeah,
And it's like, "Oh."
right.
There's actually there's a war going on. I don't know if you're aware. There's
On r/what bug is this?
what is this bug?
What is this bug?
It's not a war, like it's not like a civil war. It's a war between the members of the subreddit and a specific bug.
What's the bug?
It's the white spotted. It's like the spotted lanternfly.
Oh yeah,
Or something like. Have you seen this?
they're invasive.
Yeah, they're invasive. They
Yeah, so-
come from like one very specific part of Asia, and they're eating all the good crop.
So I didn't know,
And we gotta stop them. So every time this post has been popping up all the time recently, where it's just a picture of the spotted lanternfly, and the top comment, it doesn't even say what it is anymore. It just says kill, kill, kill it.
That's so awesome. I actually the only
It's like
reason
half the post to show up.
the only reason I even know what that is because while I was on vacation this past week and I was with my little 8-year-old cousin,
Yeah.
we were standing on a little like overlook on a path, quite like this actually, and I see a little bug and it's got white spots on it, and I'm like, "Yo, that's so cool! I wonder what that is." And she goes, "She's 8, by the
Yeah.
way, already joining the force, already joining the fight."
Joining the draft.
And she's like, "That's a spotted lanternfly," and I'm like, "First of all, you're 8. How do you know how to say that? Second of all, that's cool. What is it?" And she was like, "They're invasive." And so I went. So I'm doing my part.
Nice. I haven't seen one.
Yeah, I
Mainly
was in New
because I'm
Jersey.
not out in the wild.
Yeah, I've never seen one like in Ohio. So maybe we. haven't been
Apparently they're like
infected
all
yet.
over the place though.
Oh,
So,
let's go out looking.
or that's what I've been told. This is transforming into a Coyote Peterson video.
Dude, I got this short the other day, on my YouTube of this guy, and he was like, and he's Australian, of course.
Yeah.
So he's like, "I'm gonna use this bow and arrow, and whatever I kill, I'm gonna eat."
Yeah.
And so he just like whips out this bow and arrow, and he starts just like killing fish.
Is it like a modern bow and arrow,
Yeah.
or is it okay?
I mean, it's like pretty tight. It's pretty cool.
It'd be so much more sick if he came out and he
Like
was
a
like
long bow.
he has the bokoblin bow.
I think it'd be really cool if he had like a huge ass like medieval long bow.
Yeah.
Probably really ineffective.
And
but yeah,
he lights his
literally-
arrows on fire.
He would just be like, "Oh, I check this shit out,"
Check
and then he would
this
just
shit
like
out.
and just like hit a fish, and I was like, "What the
And
fuck?"
he's just sick at it. Yeah.
Right, and then he just like picks up the arrow, and there's like a fish wiggling on the end, and I'm like, "That's so tight, dude. I want that to be me."
Oh man.
What am I doing with my life?
I'm the guy with the spear, honestly. I'm not a bow guy.
I would love to be a bow guy.
I'm a gun guy. I'm not a bow guy.
Yeah, I think actually that if not that I would ever break into anyone's house, but like if I broke into someone's house and they had like a bow and arrow on the wall, as opposed to like an AK-47, I think I would just leave. Like I think out of respect, I'd be like,
Yeah,
"That's
they're
cool."
skilled.
I'd dip.
You're scared of their abilities.
I mean that, but there's also like a sort of mutual level of respect. Like if I approach the house and he knows I'm there, I'm getting domed with an arrow. But also,
I don't know if you're getting domed.
that's kind of cool. So I'm just gonna.
That
I'm
is
gonna-
kind of sick.
I'm gonna dip.
If there's one way to go out, it's getting domed by an arrow.
I want to have a Viking funeral, like an actual one. So like,
My
when I
stepdad
die-
also wants this.
Really,
Yeah.
dude. Maybe it could be like a joint thing,
So if you both die at the same time,
or like close, to, like within 3 weeks, maybe.
so there's a grace period before we're allowed to have one of your funerals.
Yeah, no,
we
it's
have to
gotta be
wait
like
for
a
the other
separate-
person to see if they die.
Yeah, I mean, like I know that I'm probably younger than, not probably. I know I'm younger
You're
than
probably younger than him.
I might be younger than Chris. Who
He's
knows?
like 55 or
So
something.
I might be younger than
or
him.
56.
Who's to say?
Or
Age is
no,
a
he's
number.
57.
Age is a number. Don't take that out of context.
It is okay. You're the one making the shorts here, so
That's true. I will proceed to edit this into a short later to make myself look bad.
yeah.
Comedic effect.
But the Viking funeral, I don't know. Like,
Oh wait, shit.
do we have to like custom make a boat for that?
No, just put
You
me
know
on
what
a
I
little
mean?
raft and like. push
But
it.
if you gotta do it, you gotta do it right.
No, but like, so think
You
about.
don't want to go out on a raft.
Okay, so I'm
That's
thinking
just
of like
disrespectful.
in spoilers ahead for How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh my god!
two.
You don't have to put spoilers for this. That movie is like 10 years
It doesn't
old.
matter though. If you haven't watched it yet, first of all, we have a little bit of beef. Second of all, really, really good movie. You should go watch it. Okay, so now that I've had the spoiler warning, Hiccup's dad, Stoic the Vast, is killed.
Is that his name?
Stoic,
the Vast.
like stoic. Stoic the Vast.
That's such a hard name.
yeah. Well, he's a
Trans
Viking, dude.
people's names be like.
Actually, I don't even remember. Whatever. He ends up dying at some point. I think it's the second movie.
Yeah.
So So he dies, and they give him a Viking funeral. Obviously, he's a Viking. And he's just like pushed out on like what I would describe as, you know, like the
Like
boats
a log.
in Breath of the Wild. Like they're literally
Yeah,
just, like,
they're literally
logs with,
3
like,
logs.
like that was it. Like, and they pushed him out, and I wouldn't be that upset. I'd be fine with that. But also,
Okay,
I forgot
well, you'd
that
be dead, but
right, and so I would be fine with it because I'd be dead. I would have absolutely nothing to say about it.
well, if you were alive, would you have been fine with it?
Probably not, because I would be shot with burning arrows.
No, I mean like if you knew that your funeral was going to be on a Breath of the Wild boat.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
I'm consenting to that right now.
All right.
Also,
This video is not legally binding.
That might impact my dream though of having my ashes turned into a sword to be passed down.
Yeah.
Like through my
well,
family.
we can split the ashes.
Well, I bet that like maybe after the boat has burned, I could be recollected potentially.
Well, it's hard if the ashes fall into the water.
Right.
But we could save like a specific part of your body to be burned into a sword. It could
I
be
feel
like
that's
your
not
right
enough
arm
ash, though.
or something.
So maybe we'll make me into a sword, and then
Okay,
any
well,
remaining ash will be like shot out of a bazooka.
All
or
of your
something.
ashes are not going to be enough to make a sword anyway.
Right. But so I might as well be like a nice hilt, or like just the blade, or like something of the sort.
There's no way there's enough for just the blade. There's no way. I don't
probably
even
not.
think there's enough for just the hilt.
So I've actually done a little bit of research on this.
Where, on tour?
Yeah, while we were on tour.
Okay.
We were touring. No, but so like it's like human ashes cannot be turned into a sword. Believe it or not, other people have asked this, which I was very proud to know. But it could be like fused, like your ashes could be like infused into like a metal and then turn into like a blade.
Right.
So I think that there's enough ashes for that, and so that's really all that I want.
I mean, you only need 1 ash for that.
Right, but like more, ideally like more, so the blade is like a little bit more of like a black hilt.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I think that goes kind of hard.
Honestly, if you want it, it's probably not going to be black. They gotta like dye it, right?
Yeah, probably.
So
Whatever. I'll write like up a little plan.
yeah,
Like once if I hit 70.
you got to get a.
No, actually, I gotta get on that soon. Life is fleeting. I could die at any moment.
You don't need a will anytime soon.
I mean, yeah, but
you don't like
never
own
know, dude.
anything.
I don't. I have a car.
Yeah, but like if you died, they'd be like the lawyer would be like, okay, that's just like your parents.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or would they like repo it?
They might.
I think they probably would.
I know
it
that
is
Ohio
legally
State
yours.
has a service where you can go to like the law school and they'll like help you write your will like for free.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I should probably
yeah.
do that. I have some money.
You don't need a will right now.
You never know, man. I could
You
die at
don't-
any moment.
You don't own
I really
anything
better start getting on this
worth,
sword thing.
You don't own anything worth being put in your will. You just don't. I'm sorry.
That's what you think.
I,
What about my computer, man? They're just gonna take it?
yeah, they are.
Oh. Zach said he needed an upgrade. That shit's going to him.
Zach does need an upgrade.
I think he's actually buying new parts, like as we speak.
Oh,
which I
is
think
he?
Funny. Yeah.
Like literally right now as we're saying.
Probably not
words.
like right now. He did call us right before this, actually.
Yeah.
So shout out Zach. I love when you put featuring in the podcast title and it just immediately gets more views. So I think we should do that for this episode.
Okay, who's it featuring? It needs to be featuring
Lil Wayne.
someone. Lil Wayne is not here. I'm not gonna just lie.
Let's Photoshop him like
If we
in the way back.
like all the way back.
Yeah.
Back in the wherever we are.
Back.
We're in the
where-
Lost Woods right now.
Yeah.
We're in that, in actually you haven't fucking played that game, so it doesn't matter what I'm gonna say.
You should
So
say it because you
fuck
actually
you.
don't know.
You haven't played Ocarina of Time.
I haven't. Yeah, you're right.
But I was gonna say there's one section in the Lost Woods where there's the guy from Majora's Mask.
Majora,
Not Majora. No, the little kid.
like the Deku child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know he's got a name. I don't know what his name is. But
Gimli.
there's one section in the Lost Woods where he's just like dancing and like playing a flute or some shit. And
That
that's
goes
where
hard.
we are right now.
We're where he played the flute.
And you can hear the do 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 in the background.
That shit goes hard.
It does go like Lil Wayne's a Millie.
Which he will be performing since he's here.
A rapper has definitely sampled Ocarina of Time, right? That's happened. Surely.
I feel like I haven't heard it like outside of like a
Right, like I
remix.
can't think of it, but I could name a couple songs of rappers sampling like way more obscure shit.
Like the Minecraft door sound.
Okay, well that's not more
I feel like that's not more
obscure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like some random anime or
Maybe,
something,
yeah.
or like the Wu-Tang Clan has all those like samurai 80s movies samples.
That's actually so tight. I didn't know that, but
Yeah, well that's kind of they're the Wu-Tang.
dude, I'm so bad
That
at
movie
following music.
Wu-Tang
That's just like
style.
not my thing. I listen to like indie pop. Like I love Boy Pablo. He's my goat.
Your music taste is good though.
Yeah, I just
Like,
don't listen to like.
you shouldn't trash yourself.
No, I mean I think my music taste is fine, but I just don't listen to like a lot. Like it's not my thing that I'm like super into music.
No, yeah.
Like the artists that I like I'll go see in concert. Like if they're ever at like the Newport in Columbus, I'll go.
The Newport.
I missed seeing Peach Pit, which I'm upset about, but not that upset
Oh.
because that was like right when they blew up. So the tickets went from being like $50 to like $400.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was like, ooh.
Dude, I'm gonna
Missing out on
miss
that one.
next week on I think it's like Tuesday. It's like in the middle of the week. There's this band The Smile, which is Radiohead's frontman and one of the guitarists.
Yeah,
and
I
then
feel
they
like
made
that
a
sounds familiar.
they made a side band with this other guy.
Yeah.
And they're touring right now. And the tickets sold out immediately. I was not able to get a ticket.
That's so sad.
And it's like next week
Sorry,
in the Agora.
Maybe you should just like show up and sneak in.
They're not gonna let me.
That's the point of the sneaking, Jackson.
You ever see the TikTok where it's like, oh, just like carry like a really long audio cable into the back door and they'll let you in?
You got to just walk in with like a ladder. You ever seen this bit? There's this guy who was like, yeah, I just started wearing a construction outfit and like bringing a ladder places and then just let me in.
I'm a known user of this bit.
Yeah?
Not like actually bringing a ladder places, but
You should try it.
like sometimes like we'll be eating in like a restaurant and some of the doors have like employee only back behind this door and I'll be like, bro, if I had a ladder, they wouldn't fucking
They wouldn't
they
even
couldn't
question
stop
it.
me.
No, they literally couldn't. Because then if they tried to, you could fend them off with a ladder.
Right. What you should get your ashes put into a ladder.
This is my familial ladder. It's actually meant to lift others up.
It's like hanging
Metaphorically.
in like your grandchild's like mantle place.
Yeah, right, but it's just like
It's a ladder.
20 feet long.
Yeah.
That shit's awesome, actually.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you for that, actually. I needed
You're
that.
welcome.
I'm going to take that idea.
When I was at work, we were joking around with this idea. Like someone was like getting, like you did this gift for Christmas where it's the thing where you put the box in the box in the box or whatever.
Yeah, I've done that before.
We were doing a thing like that, except we give someone a bunch of like birthday bags that say like happy birthday on them, and then you put a gift card in each bag, but only one of the gift cards has money on it.
That's so horrible.
So you have to go in like
That's actually worse than when I did the box on the box on the box thing. And by the way, I got a huge ass box from
So
Home Depot, and I filled it with 20 gallons of water
yeah.
from Walmart, and not like poured water, but just like like the plastic gallons of water.
Yeah. You got the
then
shit
I
they
put an
use in
Xbox
science labs.
Yeah,
That
and then I got an
one.
Xbox gift card for like it was like $20.
Yeah.
The whole gift in total cost me like $50, and the $30 was like mostly the water.
Yeah.
But it was really funny, so I'd say it was worth it.
It is good. But it's like you have to walk in, like say it's a Starbucks gift card, so you have to like walk in and you have 10 gift cards and you have to be like, well,
Well, I know one of these has money on it, and then you're just like the worst person.
yeah.
I would.
Or
hate
you
that.
do it in like turns. You're like, hey, can you check if this has money on it? And then they put it in and they're like, oh, it's not working. And then you have to be like, oh, whatever, I'll just pay with card or whatever.
Yeah, but
And then
that's-
you go back 10, it takes you 10 times to get.
Yeah. I mean, that's just-
The one thing that sucks is if they bank it on the first go
Yeah.
and they just get the card with the money on the first try.
I mean that.
And then
that's
they
good
have
for them,
9 dead weight Starbucks gift cards laying around.
that they have to then give to friends and family.
Yeah.
I think that would be funny. Be like, yeah, someone gave this to me as a birthday gift, and then there's nothing on
And
it,
it's nothing on
and
it.
like there's nothing on it, but they don't.
That's good. Speaking of work, I want to talk about, because I just started work.
Yeah. How was your job?
A couple weeks ago. It fucking sucks. But I'm not here to talk about the actual job because, one, I don't want to dox myself, and two, I don't have anything interesting to say about it. So,
Alright.
because like I work with normal people.
What the hell are you going to talk
unfortunately.
about then?
I'm gonna talk about, because my job is downtown,
Right.
and the parking downtown.
It's really good.
Notoriously not
Notoriously
fun.
great.
So our parking garage that I got access to, it's a former department store. But it was turned into a parking garage at some point.
I guess
So
that's
there's,
better
like-
than like the Amazon.
Yeah. But it's like there's pillars all over the place, and like navigating it is like a hellscape from hell. And it's
Yeah.
awful. It's the worst parking garage I've ever parked in, and it's not close. It is so terrifying. There's like up and down portions, right? Because there's like I don't even know how many. There's like 6 levels or something.
That sucks.
And the like up and down portions, there's only room for like 1.5 cars. So
Damn.
if 2 people end up going down and up at the same time, one person has to like back up, or sometimes the thing happens where you both decide to be the nice person, so you both back up, and then you're like, well, I guess I should go, and then you both go again.
Dude, that sucks.
It sucks so bad. And I can't help but feel that there's a better way,
Yeah, there is.
but there's not.
This is actually something that I will continue to advocate for, even though I have such mixed opinions on this. But
Yeah.
like, we should really like try and change our infrastructure to not just be that America is like car,
It's so
car.
focused.
All of
yeah.
our cities are built for cars.
Mm-hmm.
They made highways for cars. So dumb. Make highways for people
Or golf carts,
or slingshots. We should just all travel by trebuchet,
like Angry Birds.
like Angry Birds. No, but like, so
I want the one that splits into 3.
Yeah. There's just
The
gonna
blue
be like
one.
there's gonna be like 3 me's. I'm gonna go "Wah-hee-ha!" and then I'm gonna split up into 3. That was really good.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Angry Birds.
I think you're gonna be like, yeah, I practiced.
Bro, I got Angry Birds. I got Angry Birds 2. I got Angry Birds Space. I got Angry Birds Star Wars. I got Angry Birds Star Wars 2.
You played Bad Piggies,
Yes.
dude. The Bad Piggies
That one
music
goes very
goes
hard.
so hard.
That's one of those I was talking last time with Zach where there's certain things that you like bring up in life, and like if we both have experienced the same thing, I feel like we've connected on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Bad Piggies is one of those things.
Right, yeah.
Last episode it was Epic Mickey for the Wii, and this
Dude.
episode it's Bad Piggies.
Honestly, that's so fair. The people who have played Epic Mickey for the Wii are
Oh my
like,
God.
they're just different.
Some
you
of
know?
my favorite people.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. So Zach
And
has played Epic
Mikey
Mickey.
from grade school. Yuck. Gross, if you're listening.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't know who you are, and normally I'm not like that.
They're
but
not
I'm,
chill.
I'm feeling a little different today.
That's all. They're not a chill-ass viber, and
Yeah,
that's all
I-
I'll say about that.
I've been a lot better about like standing up for myself and what I believe in recently,
Yeah.
and like having opinions.
Mm-hmm.
even-
And you're like, Allah is real.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I'm giving an example of a thing you would say.
I ain't gonna hate. I would never say that. Never would I, unless it was like a bit. Never would I be like even if I saw God and I found that He was real, I would never be like, dude, He's so real. You gotta believe in Him.
What?
That's your choice. You know?
Okay. Okay. At that point, it's not your choice though, because He's just real.
Right. I mean, I'd be
If
like,
God
yeah.
is real and we knew it, then He's real.
Right, but if only I knew it, I could try and convince you, but if you don't want to believe me, I'm not going to make you.
Like if you were one of those people who saw like the Virgin Mary, you had one of those visions. You know, there's like the in
If I
like
had a vision, I'd be like, dude, please get
like
me.
Our Lady of Guadalupe. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like if I saw her
Yeah.
in the flesh.
And she was wearing like a cactus cloth thing or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I stay
I did a
strapped.
report on this, okay? I
Yeah.
remember some things.
You seem a little bit more knowledgeable than I am, but my knowledge base on this topic is probably at about a 0.
I love Our Lady of Guadalupe.
Yeah.
Obviously
She's
not.
probably chill like that. She's probably a chill viber.
I don't think she existed. I think the Mexicans were just doing some drugs, and some kid, it was a kid, I think, who saw her, like younger than us. And
We're adults now, Jackson.
Not yet. We got one more year. Okay.
My sister.
I just turned
My
20.
sister claims to be an adult.
Your sister is not an adult.
No.
She is
She's also never going to listen to this podcast, so it doesn't matter.
she's
Unless
the
this,
Tasmanian devil.
Whoa.
Love her to death though.
I don't. She's not the Tasmanian devil. She's just like very in charge of her own
She
life.
is like that.
She's not like that.
Yeah, she is. She's like she fucks everything up.
She definitely does not fuck everything up. She's actually good at like 96% of the things that she
86. Don't be generous.
does. Okay.
Okay, be realistic here.
This is me shitting on you for when you shat on me for my SAT score. You're only good at You're only good at 86% of the things that you do.
Wait, she shat on you?
Yeah.
Did she have a higher score?
No. Well, she does now.
Oh, she retook it.
Yeah. Well,
That's not fair.
No, it's fair.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well,
You should be able to take it once.
I took it once, and
And if you do super bad on it, you go to the ACT.
I think that we either got the same score or I got like 10 points better.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know she retook it, though.
Yeah, like 7 times.
That's fucked up, man. That's
I don't
some
think it's
rich
fucked up.
people shit.
It's just like, yeah, I didn't get to do that because of COVID, so I was like,
Yeah, dude. When it was COVID, I remember because I had we had an in-school SAT session because I went to like a college prep high school.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to like schedule one. It was just a day where I show up to school, and that was my day.
We did that too, but
but-
it was like a week after my dad died, so I was kind of like, gonna take a break from this one.
Yeah.
I'll hit him again next time.
But I got sick on the day that it was scheduled, like in class. So I had to reschedule. I mean, this is before
So we're
I
in the same
knew
boat.
COVID was a thing.
Yeah.
So I had to reschedule.
Right.
Luckily, I got it in time before like shit was starting to run out or
Oh, that's
whatever. But I remember in my room specifically, there was one kid who drove from Boston to Cleveland, Ohio, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought this place didn't exist."
And you know what? He was right.
And there was one girl from like New Jersey or something like that.
That's
like people
crazy.
drove very far
Yeah, they did.
at very early in the morning o'clock.
Yeah,
to
so
get
they could
there.
take the SAT.
It was crazy.
Yeah, trust me. Well, that was my thing. I had I was gonna. I don't even remember when it was. I guess it would have been in like February
Yeah.
because that's when my dad passed. But it was like, so, God, yeah. So it would have been like February or like
Mhm.
maybe early March.
Yeah, it was really early in the year.
And so I didn't take it then. And then they were like, boom, COVID. And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I kept having to like reschedule. And I took it like, I think in like October or November.
Mm-hmm.
And then while I was applying to school. And then once I finally got my score back, I was like, here.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even bad. It just wasn't like exactly what I wanted,
All right.
you know?
All the schools I was talking about this with a coworker earlier today.
Yeah.
All of the schools I think I ended up applying to ended up going like SAT
SAT
blind.
Yeah.
Or test score blind, whatever it was called. Where they weren't supposed to like look at your SAT, ACT as a measure of whether or not you should get into the school.
Yeah, we did that too, but it was like,
I think it helped regardless, but
I think we did it at OSU, but it was like an optional thing. Like it was like you could submit and it could like be seen in your favor if you wanted it to.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. Some places were like optional, like we're not even going to take it. Like there were some
Oh,
schools
yeah.
They were like, yeah, we're just not taking it like literally at
Because it
all
costs
this year.
money to send the score to the schools or whatever.
I think I actually only ended up sending it to Ohio State. And
Yeah.
That's where I go. So
There you go.
I did better than their average, so I sent it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't what I really wanted. But I was like, yeah, I have good grades, so hopefully I'll still make it in.
I was super pissed because I went to like one of those like prep courses, the SAT prep courses they
Me
do.
too.
And I only got like 30 points higher than what I did on the practice. And I remember being really pissed about that.
See, I went to an SAT prep thing, and then that was like before I was going to take it, like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And then I took it like post-COVID, like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Did not take prep after that. Or I guess actually, no. I did prep after I took the SAT, or after I was supposed to take it, like in March, since I didn't take it. And then I was going to take it like right when my prep ended, but because of COVID, it kept getting pushed back.
Right.
And so then by the time I took it, I was like 3 months, no prep,
Yeah.
you know, like, well,
Going in dry.
going in, raw dogging that SAT.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like,
how I
didn't
did
even- I
it.
didn't even do bad, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, I didn't either.
But
But
like, yeah.
it's like whatever,
Yeah.
honestly. Like it's not a thing I even really remember.
It really doesn't affect my life now, like literally at all.
No. At the time, I remember a lot of my friends super stressing out about it, and I was like, bro, you have like better grades than me. Like, I don't know why you
Like, shut up.
care.
Well, some people are just like bad. Like I notoriously am like not a great test taker.
I'm not either.
Like I can do well
Um,
under pressure, like in certain things, but that's mostly like because it gets like my blood flowing. Like if you were like, "Yo, I need you to run as fast as you can," there's a bear right there. I'd probably run really fast.
Yeah, I could go.
But if you were like, "Yo, this test decides like your entire future," I wouldn't be like, "Yo, my brain is functioning at full capacity right now." I'd be like, "Damn,
Yeah.
what the fuck?"
That's crazy.
And that's how I would be. True story.
True story.
Yeah,
I was
so-
running from a bear.
While taking the SAT.
There's a bear over there
No, there's not.
in my hair. To dare.
Cool.
That was like saying today, but in an Australian.
Tadar.
Yeah.
Tadar. Me and my mates.
You think anyone's ever like filed like an OSHA report over being attacked by a bear?
I feel like that's not like an OSHA violation.
What if you work at a zoo?
You know, I didn't think about it like that. I
So-
suppose so, maybe.
Checkmate, asshole.
What was Harambe?
A gorilla.
No, sorry, not like what animal, but like what was that incident? Was that an OSHA violation in the workplace?
Well, no, because it wasn't an employee. It was a kid.
That's true. And the kid was
Kid
fine.
didn't work for the zoo.
The kid was fine too. They killed the gorilla. I still can't get over that.
I mean, you know,
It's like 7 years ago.
if there
It's
was, that was not. Oh, I guess it was 7 years ago. Holy shit! Isn't that crazy that happened in the great state of Ohio?
It's Cincinnati, the worst city in Ohio.
That's not the worst city.
It's definitely not. The
We-
worst city in Ohio is
East Cleveland,
East Cleveland is just part of Cleveland, though.
or well, it's its own township technically.
It's like a.
It's its own jurisdiction.
That's true.
No, the worst city is like Beechwood, because I just like fucking hate those people.
That's actually the craziest thing I think I've ever heard you say. Like, yeah, people from Beechwood suck, but like city-wise,
Dude,
it's not Beechwood.
let's go on an hour-long tangent naming towns that no one else knows.
Right.
Bro, fucking
In Chardon, Ohio, dude.
turn
Fuck
down
them.
for
Turn down for
I can't even think
West
of-
Palestine, Ohio.
No, it's East Palestine.
Palestine.
There's no
Damn it.
is there a west? I don't know.
Who knows? There's probably a west part of the town.
Turn
right?
down for Paris, Ohio. Or
got a
Syria,
lot of-
Ohio.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so what
Or
is up with
London,
that?
Ohio.
Can we talk about that for
Or
a second?
Lisbon,
'Cause
Ohio.
that's not like just an Ohio thing. There are so many fucking cities in the United States, and also it'll be like you know, there's like Athens, Ohio.
Yeah, there's
But
Athens.
there's also
too.
like so many Athens. Athens is. Like, why the fuck were you like, let me name this random ass town in the middle of nowhere that has nothing to do with Greece, Athens? Because Athens, Greece was definitely first.
Well, it's usually like it was just some guy and he was like, "This is my town." And it was just his name. John
Athens?
Athens. You know what I mean?
Whose name is fucking Lisbon? That's just
I've-
in Portugal.
I feel like that would be someone's name. Am I crazy for thinking that?
Maybe?
I'm not saying it's a good name. I'm just saying that's
No, I just like I think it's crazy.
it's
like,
more realistically than having your kid be named Paris.
Paris Hilton.
No,
Boom.
fuck.
Damn it. But it's like, yeah.
That's
so-
one for the away team.
One for the away team. Bing. But yeah, it's just like I don't know. People like I can't imagine naming a town and being like, let's name this like, you know, welcome to Toronto, Ohio. Like,
You-
what the fuck?
Welcome to Drake, Ohio. You ever see that one clip of that like British lady who's like got super like uptight rules for how she names her kids or whatever? She's
No.
like, I don't want place names. I don't want names after months of the year or
This
seasons.
is my favorite child, January.
And then she's like, no place names. And then the one person interviewing her is like, isn't your kid named like India?
That's got to be tough.
And it's like, well, India, you know.
That's so embarrassing. I also like I feel like not naming your kid after a place and not naming your kid after like what was the other one? Like a thing?
Or like a season.
Like a season?
or
I
a month.
I feel like that's 100%
Like naming your kid
legit.
August.
Like I don't want to name my kid after a place.
God,
or
I
a
would never
season.
name my kid Winter. Fucking disgusting, man. That's gross.
Yeah, like I feel like it's just kind of odd, you know? Like I'm not
It's
gonna
not
name.
odd. It's wrong. Is what it is.
I feel like it's just kind of odd. Or it's like that fucking. I don't remember what celebrity couple it is, but their kid is like Apple. It's like,
Is that Travis Scott? I don't remember.
maybe.
Travis Scott's kid's got a weird name.
I don't fucking know. Didn't he and Kylie Jenner break up?
Yeah, they broke up. They're divorced, or they're divorced.
Yeah,
It's kind of
were they
bigger than a
married?
breakup. Yeah,
It's kind of like a breakup. You
It's,
know, 50%
a-
of American families experience breakups.
it's like the supersize breakup.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Good old supersized breakup.
Speaking of supersize, I didn't have a segue.
I was really I stopped talking because I was really curious to where you were going.
Do you ever watch that documentary, Supersize Me?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, he's fine though, right?
I don't know. Well, if he is, he's not gonna be for long.
I think he's fine. Well, he just like turned his diet back around after he stopped eating. He was like legitimately. He almost died though.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what the guy's name was, but
Me too. But you know, whatever. It's
but I'll remember
if you don't
forever.
know. It's about this guy. He ate McDonald's for like 30
days,
like
yeah.
30 days straight.
For every meal.
Every single meal.
And he made it a point to try everything on the menu, and
Yeah.
you just wanted to see like what would happen to him basically.
keep in
And there's one gimmick, and it's that because this is when McDonald's used to ask you if you wanted to supersize.
Right.
So his thing was, if they ask him if he wants to supersize, he always has to say yes.
Yeah, that's true. Because they used to have to ask as like part of their market. I mean, they don't do that anymore.
No,
They've removed a
it's
lot of
gone
things.
because of the documentary.
Right. But also, like, I feel like I remember. I don't remember why. I think he was just having like heart issues. Obviously, like after he.
Yeah, there was. I mean, all kinds of issues probably.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Probably lots of bowel issues. But like, where was I don't even remember where. I was going
Grease
with this,
buildup.
but, like,
In the stomach.
and that's like. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like that's like. That was like what, like 2011, like late 2010s.
No, it's older. This has to be like 2002.
Okay, if it's early 2000s, dude, think about the difference between the menu then and now.
I know it's early 2000s because if you watch it, it looks like it was filmed in the early 2000s on like a camcorder.
Honestly, yeah, that is totally fair. I don't know why I thought for some reason it was 2011, but maybe it's 2001, and I'm just thinking of the ones.
Yeah,
But like,
that could be.
think about like the difference between the McDonald's menu then and like now. Like, yes, I would imagine that.
Well, I wasn't alive then.
Well, duh.
But-
like me either. But like,
It was way worse for you as a person, for
Oh,
sure. Because
I would say
they
I feel like I have to imagine that it's worse now.
no way.
Like, I feel like portions, obviously, like they don't have the supersize me thing anymore, which is better. But I feel like
I think the portions are probably the same.
the technology that
Honestly.
like has been created to preserve food like has to be worse, right? And in terms of like cutting costs and being cheap and whatever, like McDonald's is like, you can get a meal at McDonald's for like $5.
No, but it's a bigger thing. Like, people want healthier food.
Right, but if I wanted healthy food, I wouldn't be like, let me go to McDonald's.
No, but it makes it more appealing to go to McDonald's for a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of people who sit on the line where if it was slightly more unhealthy, they wouldn't go.
Yeah.
So I think McDonald's
right.
has been making the push to make stuff gradually like healthier, and like the ingredients are more fresh and stuff like that.
yeah.
Not that I'm
maybe
I'm
I'm wrong.
jerking McDonald's off here, because I
Right.
don't want to do that.
I know you don't.
So
Mr. Contrarian.
I feel like it would be worse because there were like worse standards for like how food
Yeah,
was
no,
supposed
you're
to
right.
be. Like, Michelle Obama hadn't
She
hadn't dropped
even,
yet.
She hadn't even been the first lady yet, so we were probably fucked.
She was
You're
one of the
right.
last ladies at that point in time.
Right.
And then she kind of moved up a couple spots.
Yeah, now she's
in the
she's
order.
first twice in a row, actually, which is crazy.
Yeah. Which I
Um,
don't know. I think that's like 0th place at that point.
Yeah, you're the 0th lady.
You win the
You are
Mario
the
Kart Grand
you are
Prix.
the original lady.
The original lady.
They call her. She's known as the origin point of all
Also
women.
known as Eve.
She's actually the goat, though. Can we talk about that for a
Michelle
second? Michelle
Obama?
Obama is the goat.
Yeah, she's a podcast.
That's
or
right.
she did. It stopped now.
She did stop that, but that's only so she could join us today. Michelle.
Thanks for sitting over there for the past half hour.
Thanks for sitting over there for the past like 45 minutes so we could
All right, well,
wait.
there's your featuring for the title. We got Michelle Obama on the show.
I'm going to edit a gif of her just like walking up.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
It'll happen.
Dude, I would love to, but I listened to that podcast. I
Yeah.
listened to the Michelle Obama podcast.
I would actually love
it
to talk to
fucking
her
sucked.
about
But
okay, well,
that's no,
I would
I'm
love to talk
joking.
to her about like literally anything. Like she just seems chill.
Yeah, I would love to talk to Obama about anything.
Yeah.
You know what I want to talk to Obama about? You know, every year he puts out like a playlist of songs.
What?
And I want to just ask him, like, do you actually fucking listen to these?
This is like the Valorant
songs?
agent, like Spotify, like
Yeah.
playlist. What's Obama's?
And he's
Spotify
like, it's
playlist?
weird because he's like cultured too.
Does he have like good music?
Yeah.
I would believe that.
He listens to like D'Angelo and Kendrick Lamar.
That's actually so dope.
And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
I would believe that.
Why is he so Obama? Chill ass viber.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's definitely, especially now that he and Michelle are retired, dude. They've got to be like,
I don't think they're retired.
well, he's retired from being president. I don't
think he's retired from giving his self to the American people.
Well, what does he do now though? You know,
He goes around. He like petitions for shit.
like
right?
sometimes I feel like every once in a
don't
while
know.
he's got to go on Twitter and be like, sorry about that Joe Biden stuff, guys. That's my bad.
He doesn't do that.
And then other than that, it's like crazy. I think it's so funny when people are like, you know, Obama, how do you feel about like Joe and what he's doing and whatever? And it's like, dude, no one like, who cares?
But they need to know his opinion. He's a public figure. He's an ex-president.
Yeah. And like, I mean, Joe was his vice president, but I feel like also
Yeah.
like, you know, we've all aged and learned things since then.
Yeah, maybe he's learned. You know, maybe the drone strikes just weren't as good of an idea as they were at the time.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Maybe.
you think he'd do it now?
Maybe.
Like if Joe, senile Sleepy Joe, he goes, Obama, I got the drone strike button. Here you go. Keep it nice and safe for me. Do you think Obama would press the button?
I think probably not.
No,
No.
I think he would.
Yeah. I like to infer that people learn their lesson, but I feel like for the most part, people
That's not true.
don't learn their lesson.
No one learns their lesson.
It's actually crazy though. Like I feel like meeting people now, like so many people who are older and like adults, and I don't mean like old, but I mean like 35, 40 plus, which is not old, putting it out there, just saying, not old. But like
if you have gray hairs, you're old.
after you've been like through your childhood and you've kind of like had your personality development, whatever, like I can't believe that people just kind of like settle in.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like people just kind of like they settle in and they have their mindset and then that's like it.
Like white picket fence. I've had this job for 15 years. Like getting in the groove.
Well, it's also
and
like
they don't break out.
Like for me, I could see myself eventually. Like I like to be patient and be nice to people and whatever. I guess not that I like to, but like I believe in like being patient and communicating and whatever.
Yeah, and you kick babies occasionally. It's whatever.
Okay, so no, but okay, fine. That was like literally one time.
Twice.
Okay, 2 times.
I mean, is it twice if they were conjoined twins?
I think that was just once.
It's honestly more. It's two
worse.
people.
It's definitely worse than it being on 2 separate occasions than it is just one. But it does just count as one occasion. It's
Okay.
one occasion that's worse.
But it was 2 people.
Right.
Continue.
Anyways, but it's like, you know, like people, like I feel like I could definitely see myself getting tired of like putting up with everyone's bullshit and then just being like, I'm not going to change my mind. But I also like can't. I can't ever imagine myself just being like, this is what I think, and I'm never going to be open to taking any other ideas ever again. I think
Right.
that's fucking stupid.
I
And
think
so
this
many
is why
people are
people
like
try cocaine.
Because they want new ideas.
The hell was that? My laptop's barking at me.
You might have got an email.
No, it was like some Windows update thing.
Oh,
We're good
dope.
though. What was I gonna say? I don't remember.
I was talking about people being stuck in their ways
Yeah.
and how I think it's crazy that like I could see myself getting to the point where I'm like, you know, like I don't want to talk about like politics anymore. Like I don't want to like, you know, argue with people who I know aren't going to change their mind, which is true because I hate doing that. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how you could ever just like not at least like hear people out for their perspective. Like there are tons of people that like I don't agree with them, but like
No,
I'm
I
still
could
gonna
get there.
hear what they have to say.
This is why people go off the grid.
Yeah.
You know, this is why people start doing drugs.
But I feel like people who go off the grid and do drugs are like the ones who are most open to hearing about others' lives.
Or they're just tired of it all. Which I
Maybe.
think is the other possibility.
I also think that people are just like the people who like that who are like set in their ways. I actually just believe are NPCs
Yeah.
because I've never seen them like have like a thought that would maybe diverge from like what I think they would do.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're never gonna divert from their program.
I feel like that's
You know
a
what I'm
lot of
saying?
people.
It's a lot of people.
I mean, it's all older people, right? Because they're so invested in the way the world is now. You know what I
guess
mean? Like
so.
if it changes, like if we change anything about Social Security, none of the old people are gonna like vote for something like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like that's what I mean though. I feel like it's strange. It's almost like robotic. Like I feel like I want to try and make sure that as I age, I don't like. Not that like I don't want all of my actions to be like predictable because like I mean you're.
But you want to
person.
be able to like still.
I want to be able
move
to like
and
independently think.
grow. Yeah.
Like if someone's like like a new issue arises for some reason in politics where like it's not global warming,
Like
it's
the
not,
next hot button issue. Like
Right.
we right now are probably doing something that is like offensive to people in the future,
Sure, yeah,
right?
but like I feel like I can't imagine myself in the future being like, no, that was fine. Like I'd be like, oh yeah, my bad.
Like
I
that was
didn't know.
bad. Yeah.
Right,
Like how people used to say the F slur all the time.
right,
And now we've kind of decided that's not really a thing we should do.
yeah. Well, some people still do it. Like I had someone like just say it the other day, and I was like, that's neat.
Yeah, I had someone say it the other day. And it struck me to my core. No.
Yeah, you were really bothered.
I
by
was
that?
really bothered by that. No, I don't care.
I feel like things don't bother you, but yeah, but it's still like not something that I'm like, yeah, do that. Like I don't know, it's just weird. Like
No, I get what you're saying.
I feel like people who can't like think for themselves or like hold themselves accountable for their actions, like that's just so
it's like,
odd.
what are you doing?
That's so weird. Like, what do you think about then?
Yeah.
Like, nothing.
Well, I was talking to my mom, because she's a bit, like she's kind of a workaholic. She works all the time.
Right.
She's a dog. Okay.
She's.
And I'm not just saying that because she's a bitch, but she's a dog, you know. But I was
Your mom's
talking to my
chill.
mom, and I was like, do you like outside of work, like what do you
Like, what do you do?
what do you think about? And like and my mom was like, oh, I mean, like, like she's kind of dancing around the question, and I keep pushing her, and then she's like, Jackson, I don't have a fucking life.
See, but like she can acknowledge that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's still like a sign of like thought.
I guess so, but
what I mean? Like-
is recognition of, like, if you recognize that you're in a situation that could be better, but you do nothing to change it, like, what is that?
I think it's better than.
Is that just
not-
like laziness?
potentially, or maybe just like complacency of your like.
I
yeah,
agree.
You know,
It's better than not being self-aware.
right,
for
like,
sure.
Like that's what I mean. Like I feel like, it's like people with like addiction. Like they say, the
Yeah.
first step of overcoming addiction is like realization that there's a problem. Like
Yeah, the
admittance
first-
of
The first thing you have to do to solve a problem is realize there is one.
yeah, right. And it's like, but I feel like it's like that, like just with everything in life. But like if you can't, not necessarily that everything has a problem that needs to be solved, but like I can't imagine someone like not like I can't imagine not thinking about like my everyday actions.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
And I don't even mean like I've been told my entire life that it's like, oh, like, you're just a people pleaser. And, like, you like to, you want to make sure everyone's happy.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's true. There are some people that I don't really give a fuck if they feel happy or not. It's like I'm just trying to be considerate of, I mean, I'm always going to be nice to people up front. I mean, if they then turn around and are, like, a dick to me, I'm probably going to be less inclined to talk to them.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm still going to, like, be aware of how my actions affect others for the most part.
It's less that you're a people pleaser and more that I think you just like to like make sure that you're doing the right thing. And the right thing most of the time is just being the bigger person and like manning up, you know?
Yeah, but it's like when people like can't like admit or not even like admit that you're wrong, but it's like like potentially see where someone else might be coming from. Like I get into this with my
Oh,
mom
I hate that
all
so
the time
much. Yeah.
because she 100% has never tried to understand my perspective on any conversation that we've ever had.
No.
And if I said that to her, she'd lose it. We had this conversation in the car the other day. I'm going to bring this up on the podcast. Here it is.
Here
right
it is
now.
right now.
So,
Breaking
I'm talking
news.
with my mom about my college major, which I have come on the podcast and complained quite a few times about.
Oh, we know.
We know. We've been new. Architecture is kind of tough sometimes.
It's a little
and
tough.
While I respect all of my professors and I know that they're hardworking individuals, I believe that
Some of them.
the amount of money that I am paying for the education that I'm getting is absolutely a scam. 100%.
100%.
So not worth it in any way. When I go into class and my one professor is like, I learned everything that I learned on Photoshop from YouTube, so you should do the same thing too. But then also proceeds to be like, I went to Yale and I have so much that I could teach you guys, and then like not teach us literally anything.
Yeah.
I think I have a right to complain. It's like, what the fuck am I paying all that money for if you want me to just go on YouTube and learn how to use Photoshop? Like, what the hell are you here for then? And so my mom pulls out, which is so unlike her. I don't know what's going on. She was like, she pulls out the whole like your generation thing,
Oh,
which I fucking hate.
I
dude.
hate the
She
your
was
generation.
Like, your
man.
generation just expects to be handed everything like on a silver platter. And,
No.
like you, I was like, Mom, I'm literally talking about how I'm not being challenged enough. Like I want more.
Yeah.
Like I want to be taught and I want to be challenged. It's not that I'm like I'm not having a good time or I'm struggling because I'm not paying attention. I have all A's and I'm still like I still work hard.
Yeah.
I just want more because I feel like I'm not getting what I'm paying for. And
Right.
I'm paying for my own school. So I have a right to complain. And so she was like, whatever. And she was something about like, oh, you're spoiled and like used to getting things like, like the way that you want them or some fucking bullshit or whatever. And she was like, you're not even doing anything to change it. And I was like, first of all, I'm like on a board with our school where we like meet and talk about the curriculum and how it could be better.
And you're like, change.
So I am
and they're
actively
like, no.
offering ideas, and obviously like they're not fucking doing anything about it because it's a big university and they don't really.
And they have no
care.
allegiance to you.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Like,
they
I'm
have no
paying
skin
them.
in the game.
Like,
You're
I'm
putting
not-
everything on the table.
Right. I'm not the only one paying them.
They
There's tons of
have
people.
no reason to change.
Right. Exactly. Which like I get and whatever, but it's not that I'm not doing anything. I'm not just like sitting on my ass.
Right.
And so then about an hour or two passes by, and then I'm talking to my mom again about our rent. My buddy Sam is being added to our rent,
Ugh.
and so is my friend Nate's brother Max.
Gross.
So we're getting 2 people added to our rent, but I guess added to our lease, then therefore cutting down rent, whatever. We're all really excited about it. Anyway, so I'm talking to her about that, and our leasing agency said that we can't add anyone until September 13th. Keep in mind, I've been emailing back and forth with them for like 2 months now and like calling
And they're aware
their
of
office.
the issue.
They're aware.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, my friend is actually like gonna be a student. Like, he kind of needs to move in like before then because if he doesn't, then like
Kind of an
how's he-
issue.
Right? How's he gonna be able to attend classes? Blah 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 blah. And so I was like, yeah. So what are we gonna, like, is there anything we could do about that? Do you think there's any way that we can move in earlier? And so they were like, oh, like I don't think so. And so I was telling my mom about it. She was like, I just can't believe that like that's so weird that like that they would do that and like like why wouldn't they let you move in because like classes start then too and like that doesn't make any sense. And I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? Like, why do you just expect them to change for you? Like,
Yeah.
you're literally expecting them to like offer this up to you on a silver platter. And she was like, that's just like not the same thing. I was like, yes, it is.
Yeah.
You're complaining about something and doing nothing to fix it and then telling me that I'm being a hypocrite. I'm like, you're being a hypocrite. Like, I am not spoiled by wanting more from my major that I'm paying for. I also have already tried to talk to the leasing agency about this, and they said they won't move. I know I can't do anything about it. And she's like, well, duh, but, like, and she was just expecting them to change it for us.
Yeah.
And so I was like, Mom, that's just not how the world works.
It's not.
Your generation is all expecting to be handed, and she was like, that wasn't funny.
They
I was-
are expected to hand things too, because it's like,
They literally are, dude.
bro, they're part of the generation that could afford a house.
Yeah, like, what
I'm
the
so
fuck?
pissed about that.
Right, me too.
Did you see that? I read this article the other day. Okay, I'm up on the news.
Yeah.
I listened to the New York Times Daily podcast
Right.
with Michael Barbaro. I'm Michael Barbaro, and this is the Daily. That's me
That was
every
pretty
day
good.
on the way to work.
Right,
okay?
that's you every day.
You don't know what he sounds like. Don't
I
say that's
don't.
pretty good. Okay, I read this article the other day that was like, since like 20 or 2000 or whatever,
Sure.
the wages have gone up by like 27% or something like that. price of a house has gone up like 200%.
That makes sense.
It's like, how am I supposed to? What am I? I don't.
Maybe you should just try like going and fucking yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's the one thing I haven't tried yet.
That's like kind of what I've been gathering from like the current socioeconomic situation in America, is that they actually just want me to like go and fuck myself.
Yeah, but we're gonna save this for when we have Michelle Obama on next
Right.
week, and
Yeah,
we can
Michelle,
talk about the socioeconomic
What are we doing
climate.
about that? Yeah.
Serious portion of the podcast over now. I want to talk about something that is
Silly and funny.
also it's serious to me.
Okay.
I want to talk about, you see Threads?
What?
You see the Threads? You know what I'm talking about? You aren't up on this?
No.
Have you not seen my Instagram story?
I have.
Like today?
Probably not.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, yesterday, obviously we know Twitter's going through this big thing, right? We're
Yeah.
currently in a social media war kind of era. There are a lot of companies battling for
Is
supremacy.
this like the Elon shit where he was like,
No.
premium Twitter accounts can only look through like
Oh, well, I was
600
going to
posts
bring
a
this.
day or
Yeah,
something like that.
he
Shit's so
backtracked
dumb.
that like immediately. But yes, Elon was limiting how many tweets you could see a day, which is like insane. I
That's
can't
such-
imagine how that even
like
remotely helps him in any way.
it can't.
But whatever. Anyway, so Twitter's a hellhole. It has been for like a year now. I
Right.
mean, for its entire existence, but
more so
specifically
now.
a year now.
Right.
So yesterday, Meta, the company that owns Facebook, came out with the answer to we're making our own Twitter site because everyone else is. And
Right.
it's called Threads.
Okay.
And I have some thoughts on it that I'm going to tell you about.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear about it.
So I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, I literally saw it. I saw the announcement, and I was like, holy shit, it's like a new Twitter website, but it's from the people who did Instagram. So I was like, that's kind of interesting. So I look into it. I made an account yesterday.
Oh, is it
okay?
already? It's up?
It's up right
Okay.
now. And you can just link your Instagram account. Like, you don't need to make a new thing already. So you'll have like that handle or whatever.
Dope.
So it's super easy. It's clean. It's simple. It's almost like what Twitter should be.
Right.
It's crazy.
So
They almost fucking stuck the landing with the launch. The one thing they fucked up, I mean, there's a couple things they don't have, but the one big thing is the main timeline is fucking garbage. And it's because it gives you recommended tweets. Or I guess they're called threads now, but
I feel like that's fine.
no, but if you saw it, you would be like, I don't know who this person is.
Right, but like
Because it's not based on like what you actually follow. It's just based on fucking nothing. It just gives
do
you
they
shit.
like is it like, like staff picks and whatever?
It's bad.
Hmm.
It's not good. There's a lot of threads. I hate that I have to call them threads instead of tweets. But there's a lot of threads where it's just like a random guy. And it's like, I mean, there's a lot of people, talking about like Elon and Mark Zuckerberg and like jacking them off or whatever. And then there's a lot of that like, haha, this is a new platform. Twitter is dead. There's a lot of that like, just like random guy with random thought. And he's got a username like Gibbs.55. And you're like, what is this?
Good old Gibbs.55.
Yeah. But anyway, I went on during my lunch break, I went on kind of like a threads spree.
Yeah.
I was just like reposting and like commenting on everything I saw.
Good.
Some of my best tweets are on threads, which is
Some
a
of your
funny
best
thing
threads.
to say. But they're tweets, right?
Right.
Like they're just tweets. But anyway, it's actually like good, which
Yeah.
is weird and scary to think about. I don't know if it's gonna like take over Twitter or whatever, but it's just interesting. I'm interested to see how the space shapes up in terms of who's gonna be sticking around, who's going to be forgotten about,
Right.
who's gonna be the next big thing. And there's one thing specifically that I think a lot of people don't realize about Threads that I want to mention here, because I'm probably one of two people who actually read the fucking announcement post for the site.
Right.
And it's that And I don't know if Meta is going to follow through on this, so they would have to follow through on it. This isn't a current thing that is in existence. But their idea for Threads is they want to make social media like email. Let me explain. What they want to do, like email is like a protocol that we all use to communicate, right? No matter what email you have, you can send an email to anyone else. So if
Right.
I have a Gmail, I can send an email to someone with a Hotmail
Right.
or whoever, right? It's interchangeable.
Oh.
Their idea for Threads is it doesn't really matter what platform you have. We just want everyone to be able to talk in the same kind of Twitter-ish way, but on different platforms that are built for different things.
I actually kind of really like that.
Which
idea.
is maybe the best idea like Facebook has ever had.
like ever.
Like literally ever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
changing, you know what I'm saying though? Like changing social media from a platform into a protocol that is used internet wide.
Yeah.
Which I guess is hard to visualize now because it hasn't really happened yet. But imagine, I guess the easiest way to put it is email, but instead of like professional things, it's just social media, but email.
Yeah, I think
basically.
that'd be kind of awesome.
And you could like customize, like say if you wanted like maybe you had an account specifically for like science stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can like categorize based on that.
I think that'd be kind of
But
sick.
it's a centralized way, so you don't have to follow the same people on like 8 different platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have to go into the YouTube description and be like, I'll follow you on Twitter, I'll follow you on Instagram, I'll go to Patreon, all that stuff.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know. It's an interesting idea, and I'm really interested to see where it goes, if it goes anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
Anyway, would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, I don't really know anything about Threads because I'm just finding out that
It's
it
just Twitter.
exists right now.
It's
Yeah,
just
but I
Twitter.
like I even know like very minimal information about Twitter. Like I
Yeah.
never got into Twitter.
That's true.
But I would be down to get into Threads because I do love posting my intrusive I do like thinking about posting my intrusive thoughts on the internet.
Yeah, it's so much fun. The only thing I don't like about Threads very much is that it's moderated by the same people as Instagram. So I'm not allowed to post the most insane
you can't
shit.
incite violence.
I can't incite violence, which I often do.
Right, yeah.
But I was just being like one of the threads. There was like some person who like they were saying at least there's no like porn bots on this site. That's pretty cool. And then I replied, "Do you think anyone will remember you after you die?" Real question.
That's awesome.
I'm just being like super sarcastic about everything because I'm like, this shit fucking sucks, dude.
Damn.
But it's kind of a mess over there right now. But I do think it's gonna get better, and I'm interested to see where it goes.
Cool.
But
Yeah. That's something that I definitely need to get more involved in. It's like I just need to be better about my social media. I'm so bad at like
I mean, I think you're goated at it right now, and it's because you don't do anything.
right.
Like that's the optimal way to live. But
Yeah, but like if I want to get like my work out there and shit, like especially like
yeah, you need a presence. We're in the internet age, you know.
yeah, I kind of want to shift from like making like I mean, I love making gaming videos, but like I kind of want to make like some artsy stuff since
Yeah.
that's like literally my
Some
profession.
artsy fartsy shit.
I literally design things.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do a little bit of that.
Maybe
I'll
get on
dabble.
Threads, man.
I'll get on Threads.
See what's popping over there.
Follow me in the description.
We're not going to put it in the description. Just
not.
go to the Instagram. So it's funny. On Instagram, if you sign up for Threads, on your Insta profile, it gives you a number, what number person you are to sign up on the site.
Oh damn.
What
are you?
I'm 1,100,178,060.
I cannot believe you remember that.
I think it's It's around that. I know it's 1.1 million. I don't really remember the numbers after that.
So when you were like, I signed up for Threads, I was thinking that there's like probably not that many people on it yet.
10 million people in the first 24 hours,
That's crazy. That's still a lot.
which is like a lot.
yeah.
I mean, that's what? That's like 0.3% of Twitter.
Damn. I guess you're right. I mean, that's still like
Isn't it crazy? Twitter has like 300 million users, and Instagram has like 1 billion.
that's literally like 1/8 of the entire population.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's actually so many people. That is nuts.
It's kind of nuts.
Maybe we'll get to that Maybe we'll have that many subscribers one day.
But is social media, is it the death of all dogs and people?
Sorry, what?
You know what I'm saying?
I think so, yeah.
I think is it bringing us down is what I'm asking. Like, are we going in a good direction or a bad direction? I don't really know.
I think bad, but I think that's just because it's not used for the right purpose. Like, there's a difference between, like, sharing what's going on in your life
Mm-hmm.
and then, like, falsifying what's going on in your life to make it seem better and unrealistic to others.
Yeah, like being Kim K and photoshopping your ass
I don't think
for
her
the
ass is
gram.
photoshopped. I think it's just plastic.
Well, they notoriously Photoshop their shit.
Well, whatever. I mean,
There was
yeah,
one
probably.
recently. I don't think it was Kim. It was one of them.
One of the Ks.
Yeah, one of the Ks. Where like the Photoshop was really embarrassing because she had like a freakishly long hand. Like her hand was like almost
like, the
as
Jack
long as like
Skellington
a
hands.
part of her leg.
Yeah.
It was like
Actually, I feel like I remember hearing about that. You're right.
yeah. Normally, I'm not that. That doesn't really pop up in my news feed, but for some reason it did. So
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's, like, funny and, like, making fun of a celebrity. Why did something wet just touch me? Anyway, as long as it's, like, making fun of a celebrity that, I think it's raining.
it's not gonna rain though. You know what I mean? Like this is just one cloud.
That is true.
You
Goated club.
know what is funny that I don't think you think is funny?
We don't know that. That remains to be seen.
Steak.
What?
Well, you got mad at me in the Insta DMs.
Oh. I was just confused because one day, all of a sudden, you just started responding to, like, all of the memes that I sent you with, like, the meat emoji.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean by that?
It's so funny, dude.
And that was, like, I just didn't get it. I was like, huh?
It's just like, because Instagram lets you react with... Normally, I just, like, thumbs up stuff or I heart
Right.
stuff. But Instagram lets you react with any emoji. And for
Yeah.
I just chose steak because I thought it was funny. I was
See-
like, bro, I'm meeting your post.
I couldn't tell if you were like, yeah, it looks like a heart, but I'm, like, being different.
No,
Or if you
no.
were like,
It does not even
meat.
remotely look like a heart. I just think it's funny.
I mean, I think it's funny. I was confused.
I like meeting posts. So I'm trying to start that.
Like meeting new people.
Is
where I just
what I'm
throw
saying.
raw meat at them.
And I'm ready to meet the end of this episode.